long until he passes Dirk when it comes to that.
Oh my God, it's going to be close. I mean, this year, if he ends the year averaging a triple-double, you got to assume that he's going to be a 3-time MVP. Like, I assume he's going to be that guy, especially if Denver's #1 seed in the Western Conference. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to be in the ballpark. His name is going to be there when it comes to best European players ever. Giannis as well. You have to throw in.
Would you go and say that Nikola Jokic is the most unassuming back-to-back MVP winner in all of sports? I mean, if you look at MVP winners across all of the major American sports, you have Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Judge, Connor McDavid, even Messi won the Ballon d'Or, and all those guys. If you're walking down the street, guess what's going to happen? Everyone's going to be crowded around him, knowing exactly who it is. If you see that cat walking down Michigan Avenue, it's just like, oh, there's a big dude. He maybe played basketball in college.
That's what makes him so unique, though, right? Is like his teammates say too, like he really doesn't care about fame. He doesn't care about his contract. He doesn't care about anything. He just wants to play basketball at a really, really high level. Yeah. That's what I consistently hear from anyone that's played with Nikola Jokic.
That's what I love how he goes about his business, right? He's not too flashy. Like, he's confident, but he's not too much. And he's like, yeah, I won back-to-back MVPs. Potentially, he could win a third MVP this season the way that he has been playing. And Nicole, as someone who votes for major awards here, could voter fatigue come into play when it comes to voting for MVP and for him?
I think that's a valid point. I think in terms of, the ramp up, that's where it comes in. I think you think about players and storylines, and you're looking for those fresh stories. You're looking for emerging players. You're looking for players who are taking a leap in their game. And so that could absolutely come into it. But I also think that at some point the stats do their talking, and the type of team you're on comes into play, and it just becomes obvious. And you have to vote for the best player and the most valuable player on a team that matters. And so it ultimately will decide itself. But I do think that voters are always looking for new and emerging players because it's exciting. It's exciting to have someone new and fresh to talk about.
I mean, who else as of right now? I mean, there's still a lot of NBA left to be played this season, but who else is in the conversation that could give him a run for his money?
You have to think about Jason Tatum, have to think about Giannis, John Morant, Devin Booker, but Nikola Jokic is right there. I mean, I think right now, if you had to vote now, probably Jason Tatum. But Nikola Jokic is coming on strong, and if he ends the year averaging a triple-double, this Nuggets team is #1 in the Western Conference. I think that's his key to winning MVP.
Yeah, how dependent will it be on him going and running through the tape and winning a championship? Now, I know that regular season awards aren't based on that. Will that maybe add a little more credence to him being the back-to-back MVP and maybe back-to-back-to-back, like a Tommy Mansky-style MVP when it comes to his exploits on the court?
I think when it comes to respect from his peers, when it comes to respect from the league, winning a championship or getting to the NBA Finals is probably going to be that next step, right? We talk about unassuming, and we talk about this debate, who's going to be the best European player ever. If Nikola Jokic wins a championship, that becomes a real legitimate conversation. Without a ring, it's tough for me to say he's the best Euro ever.